வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே, இது உங்கள் வைரவ பழனிசாமி. நம்ம வந்து ஹைலைட்ஸ் ஆஃப் யூனியன் பட்ஜெட் 2025-26 பார்ட் ஏ. ஸோ இட்ஸ் இங்கிலீஷ் பார்ட் வில் சி அண்ட் அதர் லாங்குவேஜ் ஆல்சோ வில் சி சூன். ஓகே. ஸோ budget estimates, total receipt other than borrowings, total expenditure are estimated 34.96 lakh crore and 50.65 lakh crore respectively. Net tax receipt is 28.37 lakh crore. Fiscal deficit estimated 4.4% of GDP. Gross market borrowing estimated 14.82 lakh crore. Capex expenditure 11.21 lakh crore, that is 3.1% of GDP earmarked for the financial year 25-26. Right? So these are the budget estimates oda highlights la first part. So nama then subject wise which we will see. Right? Okay. Agriculture is the first engine of development. Prime Minister's Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana developing Agri Districts program. The program to be launched in partnership with the states, covering 100 districts with low productivity and moderate crop intensity, below average credit parameters, benefit 1.7 crore farmers. So then building rural prosperity and resilience. Okay. Then further, a comprehensive multi-sectoral program to be launched in partnership with the states address underemployment in agriculture through skilling, investment, technology and invigorating rural economy. Phase 1 to cover 100 developing agri districts. Then Atmanirbharta in pulses. Government to launch 6-year mission for Atmanirbharta pulses with focus on Tur, Urad, Masoor. NAFED and NGCF to procure these pulses from farmers during next 4 years. Right? Then comprehensive vegetables and fruits program for vegetables and fruits, comprehensive program to promote production, efficient supplies, processing and remunerative prices for farmers to be launched in partnership with the states. Makana board in Bihar. Makana board to be established to improve production, processing, value addition and marketing Makana. And National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. National Mission on High Yielding Seeds to be launched aiming at strengthening the research ecosystem, targeted development and propagation of seeds with high yield and commercial availability of more than 100 seed varieties. And further, it is on fisheries and government to bring framework to sustainable harnessing of fisheries from Indian exclusive economic zone and high seas with a special focus on Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. Mission for cotton productivity. 5-year mission announced to facilitate significant improvements in productivity and sustainability of cotton farming, promote extra long staple cotton varieties, and enhanced credit through KCC. The loan limit for the modified interest of subvention scheme to be enhanced from 3 lakh to 5 lakh loans taken through KCC. Kisan credit card, it will be now 5 lakh. Then urea plant in Assam. And they have planned an annual capacity of 12.7 lakh metric tons to be set up in Namrup in Assam. So that part is over. Then we have the second one, MSME. MSMEs as a second engine of development, revision in classification of criteria in MSME. So the investment and turnover limits classification of all MSMEs to be enhanced to 2.52 times respectively. And credit cards for micro enterprises. So credit card for micro enterprises. So now they will have customized credit cards with 5 lakh limits and micro enterprises and Udayam portal and 10 lakh cards to be issued in the first year. Fund of funds for startup, like fund of funds with the expanded scope or fresh contribution of rupees 10,000 crore to be set up. Scheme for the first time entrepreneurs. A new scheme of 5 lakh women, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, first time entrepreneurs to provide term loans up to 2 crore in the next 5 years announced. Focus product scheme, footwear and leather sectors. To enhance productivity, quality, competitiveness, India's footwear in leather sector focus product scheme announced to facilitate employment of 22 lakh persons and generate turnover of 4 lakh crores, export over 1.1 lakh crore. Measures for the toy sector, a scheme to create high quality, unique, innovative, sustainable toys making in India, a global hub for toys announced. Support for food processing, the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management to be set up in Bihar. To be set up in Bihar. Manufacturing mission, furthering Make in India. A national manufacturing mission covering small, medium and large industries, furthering Make in India announced. Investment as a third engine of development, investing in people. Shaksham Anganwadi Poshan 2, a cost now for nutritional support to be enhanced appropriately. And Atal Tinkering Labs, 50,000 Atal Tinkering Labs to be set up in the government schools in next 5 years. Then broadband connectivity to government secondary schools and primary health centers. Broadband connectivity to be provided in all government secondary schools and primary health centers in rural areas under BharatNet project. Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak scheme, that is Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak scheme is announced to provide a digital form Indian language books in schools and higher education. National Center of Excellence for Skilling. 5 National Center of Excellence in Skilling to be set up in global enterprises partnership to equip our youth with the skills required for Make in India, Make for the World. Make for India, Make for the World. And expansion and capacity of IITs. Additional infrastructure to be created in the 5 IITs started after 2014 to facilitate education for 6,500 more students. Center of Excellence in AI in Education. Center for Excellence in Artificial Intelligence Education to be set up with a total outlay of 500 crore. And expansion of medical education. 10,000 additional seats to be added in medical colleges and hospital next year and adding to 75,000 seats in next 5 years. Daycare cancer center in all district hospitals. Government to set up daycare cancer centers in all district hospitals in next 3 years. 200 centers in 2025-26. Strengthening urban livelihoods. A scheme for socio-economic upliftment of urban workers to help them improve their incomes, have sustainable livelihood announced. And PM Swanidhi, a scheme to be revamped and enhanced loans from bank UPI linked credit worth up to now 30,000 limit and capacity building support. Social security scheme for welfare of online platform workers. So government to arrange identity cards, registration, e-Shram portal and healthcare under PM Jan Arogya Yojana for gig workers. And investing in economy. Public-private partnership in infrastructure. Infrastructure-related ministries to be set up with a 3-year pipeline of projects, PPP mode, and states to also be encouraged. Support states for infrastructure. An outlay of 1.5 lakh crore proposed for the 50 years interest-free loans, state capital expenditure incentive for the reform. Asset monetization plan 2025-30. Second plan of 2025-30 plow back capital of 10 lakh crore new projects announced. Jal Jeevan mission to be extended till 2028 and an enhanced total outlay. And Urban Challenge Fund. An Urban Challenge Fund of 1 lakh crore to be announced and implement the cities as growth hubs, creative redevelopment of cities, water and sanitation allocation of rupees 10,000 crore proposed 2025-26. Nuclear energy mission for the Viksit Bharat. Amendments to the Atomic Energy Act and civil liability for nuclear damage action to be taken up. Nuclear energy mission for research and development, small modular reactors, SMR, with an outlay of 20,000 crore to be set up and 5 indigenously developed SMR to be operational by 2033. Shipbuilding. The shipbuilding financial assistance policy to be revamped. Large ships above a specified size to be included in the infrastructure harmonized master list in HML. And Maritime Development Fund. And Maritime Development Fund corpus fund of 25,000 crore to be set up, and with up to 49% contribution by the government and balance by from the ports and private sector. UDAN Regional Connectivity Scheme. A modified UDAN scheme to be announced and enhance regional connectivity of 220 new destinations to carry 4 crore passengers in next 10 years. Also to support helipads and smaller airports in hilly and aspirational and other northeastern districts. Greenfield Airport in Bihar. The Greenfield Airport announced in Bihar in addition to the expansion capacity of Patna Airport and Brownfield in Bihita. And Western Kosi Canal project in Midlanchal. Financial support for the Western Kosi Canal ERM project in Bihar. Mining sector reforms. A policy recovery critical mineral for tailings to be brought out. Swami Fund 2, a fund of rupees 15,000 crore, aimed expenditure completion of another 1 lakh dwelling units with the contribution of government, banks and private investors announced. Tourism for employment-led growth. Top 50 tourist destination sites in the country to be developed in partnership with the states through a challenge mode. And investing in innovation, research, development and innovation. Research, development and innovation. 20,000 crore to be allocated to implement private sector driven research, development, innovation. Initiate the announcement in the budget, July budget. Deep tech funds. Deep tech funds to be explored and catalyze the next generation startups. PM Research Fellowship. 10,000 fellowship for technological research in IITs and IIScs with enhanced financial support. Gene Bank for crops germ blossom. Second gene bank with 10 lakh germ blossom lines to be set up in the future food and nutritional security. National Geospatial Mission. The National Geospatial Mission announced to develop foundational geospatial infrastructure and data. Gyan Bharatam Mission. A Gyan Bharatam mission of survey, documentation, conservation of our manuscript, heritage and academic institutions, museums, libraries and private collectors to be undertaken to cover more than 1 crore manuscripts announced. And export as the fourth engine of development. Export promotion mission and export promotion mission with a sectoral and ministerial target driven jointly ministries of commerce, MSME and finance setup. Bharat Trade Net BTN for international trade to be set up in unified platform, trade documentation and financing solutions. National framework for GCC. The national framework to be formulated as guidance to states promoting global capacity centers in emerging Tier 2 cities. Reforms as fuel. Financial sector reforms and development. FDI insurance sector. FDI limit in the insurance sector to be raised from 74 to 100% for those companies which invest entire premium in India. Credit enhancement facility for NAFID. NAFID BFID, that is partial credit enhancement facility for corporate bonds infrastructure. And Grameen credit score. Public sector banks to develop Grameen credit score framework to serve the credit needs of self-help group members and our people in rural areas. Pension sector, a forum of regulatory condition, coordination and development of pension products to be set up. High-level committee for regulatory reforms. A high-level committee for regulatory reforms to be set up for a review of all non-financial sector regulations and certifications, licenses and permissions. So next is investment friendliness index states. Like an investment friendliness index states to be launched by 2025, further to spread of competitive cooperative federalism announced. Jan Viswas Bill 2. Jan Viswas Bill 2.0 decriminalize more than 100 provision in the various laws. So part P here, direct tax. No personal income tax payable up to 12 lakh, an average income of 1 lakh per month other than special rates income as capital gains under new regime. This limit will be 12.7 lakh salaried taxpayers due to standard deduction of 75,000. A new structure will substantially reduce the taxes on middle class, leave more money in their hands, boosting household consumption and savings and investment. The new income tax bills to be clear and direct text so that it makes a simple and understand the taxpayers and the tax administration, leading to tax certainty and reduced litigation. And revenue of about 1 lakh crore in direct taxes will be foregone by the government. Then it's a revised tax structure. Here is the revised tax structure. And up to 4 lakh, nil, 4 to 8 lakh, 5%, 8 to 12 lakh, 10%, then 12 to 16 lakhs, that is 15%, 16 to 20 lakh, it's a 20%, 20 to 24 lakhs, it's a 25%, 24 lakh plus, it's a 30%. So that is a thing. So it's very simple, no confusion in this. Then further, TDS and TCS rationalization easing difficulties. Rationalization of direct tax reduction at source, TDS, by reducing the number of rates and thresholds above which TDS is deducted. The limit for tax deduction on interest for senior citizen doubled from present 50,000 to 1 lakh. The annual limit of 2.4 lakh TDS on rent increased to 6 lakh. The threshold to collect a tax at the source, TCS remittance and RBI liberalized remittance LRS increased from 7 lakh to 10 lakhs. The provisions of TDS deduction will apply only on non-PAN cases, discrimination, and cases delay payment TCS up to due to date of filing. Reducing complaints burden. Reduction of complaints burden and small charitable trust institutions in increasing the period registration of 5 years to 10 years. The benefit of claiming annual value self-occupied properties as nil will be extended for 2 such self-occupied properties without any condition. Without any condition. And further, ease of doing business. Introducing a scheme for determining arm's length price of international transaction of block period of 3 years, expansion of scope of safe harbor rules and reduce litigation and provide certainty in international taxation. Exemption of withdrawal made from National Savings Scheme by individuals after 29th of August 2024. Similar treatment for NPS virtual accounts as it's available in the normal NPS account subject to overall limits. And employment and investment. Extension for incorporation of startups, not incorporation. Extension of period of incorporation by 5 years to allow benefit the available startup incorporated before 1/4/2013. Alternate investment funds. That certainty of taxation on gains from securities category 1 and category 2. Alternate investment funds are to be undertaken investment in infrastructures and other sectors. Extension of investment date, sovereign and pension funds. Extension of date making investment, sovereign wealth funds and pension funds in 5 more years, 31st March 2030, to promote funding from them and infrastructure. It's indirect tax. Rationalization of customs tariff structure in industrial goods. Budget 2025-26 proposes remove 7 tariff rates. This is over and above the 7 tariff removed in 2023-24 budget. After this, there will be only 8 remaining tariff rate, including 0 rate. Apply an appropriate cess to broadly maintain effective duty incidents, except few items wherein such incidents will reduce marginally. Levy not more than 1 cess or surcharge, therefore social welfare surcharge on 84 tariff lines that are subject to cess exempted. Revenue about 2,600 crore on indirect taxes will be foregone. Relief on import and drugs medicines. 36 life-saving drugs medicines and fully exempted from basic customs duty BCD. 6 life-saving medicines are to be attract transactional customs up to 5%. Specified drugs and medicines under patient assistance program run by pharmaceutical companies fully exempted from BCD. 37 more medicines added along with 13 new patient assistance program. Support to domestic manufacturing value addition. Very important is here for critical minerals. Critical minerals. Cobalt powder and waste scrap, lithium ion battery, lead, zinc, and 14 more critical minerals fully exempted from BCD. And textiles, 2 more types of shuttle-less looms fully exempted from textile machinery. BCD rate, knitted fabrics revised from 10% or 20% or 20% and 115 per kg, whichever is higher. And electronic goods, BCD and interactive flat panel display increased from 10 to 20%. BCD reduced to 5% open cell and other components. BCD part of open cell exempted. And lithium ion battery, 35 additional capital goods in EV battery manufacturing, 28 additional capital goods on mobile phone battery manufacturing also exempted. Shipping sector, exemption of BCD and raw material components, consumables are part of the manufacturing ships extended another 10 years. Extended for another 10 years. The same dispensation to continue for ship breaking. Telecommunication, BCD reduced from 20 to 10% carrier grade Ethernet switches. And export promotion, handicraft goods, the time period for the export extend from 6 months to 1 year, further extendable to another 3 months if required. 9 items added in the fully duty-free inputs. Leather sector, BCD on wet blue leather fully exempted. Crushed leather exempted 20% export duty. Marine products, BCD reduced from 30 to 5%. Frozen fish paste, surumi, for manufacture and export its analog products. BCD reduced 15 to 5% fish hydrolysate for manufacturing fish and shrimp feed. Domestic MRO or railway goods. Railway MRO to benefit similar to the aircraft and ships and MRO terms of repair items. And time limit extended for export of such items from 6 months to 1 year, made further extended to 1 more year. And further, trade facilitation, and so that we have seen this part. And then voluntary complaints, a new provision introduced to enable importers and exporters after clearance of goods voluntarily declare material facts and pay duty with interest but without penalty. And extended time for end use. The time limit for end use imported inputs, relevant rules extended from 6 months to 1 year. Such importers to file only quarterly statements instead of monthly statements. So I hope it is useful very fast. We thought we should finish it by 20 minutes, but still it's more than 23 minutes. So thank you very much. We'll do some other language also soon. Thank you. Yeah.
Subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment. Don't forget to click the bell icon.